Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Joy from The Joy of Pilates, and I'm really excited about today's video. It's called Reacquaint Yourself with the Reformer. So it's specifically made for people who have done Pilates in the past, done Reformer Pilates in the past, and they want to get back into it, or maybe someone who did Pilates regularly before the pandemic hit, and now they're ready to get back to their classes at the studio, or even people who got their own Reformer over the past 2 years and want to feel more comfortable and confident on the Reformer and understanding the lingo and how everything works. So the plan is I'm going to go through the anatomy of the Reformer and then go through a few basic moves for today's video. Getting started, I want you to remember this right here is a mat, just as if it's mat Pilates or similar to a yoga mat. It's just a little smaller. So anything you would do on your Pilates mat, that's really the main base of where we do it here. Sometimes it's called the bed or the carriage. Over here you have your shoulder blocks. These will push up on your shoulders for footwork or anytime you are on your back here in the Reformer. Some models, they are removable, some are not. And then you can also use these to put your hands or feet on for different moves. Here we have our straps. Typically you'd have short and long loops on here, but they vary just depending on the type of Reformer. You have typically short loops are for hands, long loops are for feet, but they can also differ the type of tension you have in the move you're using them for. So shorter loops will be for greater tension and longer loops will be for lesser tension. And then it's just so quick if you want to change the amount of tension you have in a move rather than changing a spring, you can just quickly go to the long loop. So I love that ease just so quickly to change things up. Here's your headrest. It does lift and lower, has different levels to rise it and lower it due to comfort and especially when you're on your back, depleting any neck tension there. Some people need a little bit of support, so that's nice that that is there. Next up, we're talking about the Footbar. Every Reformer has a different type of Footbar. You're going to see all sorts of models of Footbars and how they lock into place and how they move. So really read your user's manual, but I'll show you on this. This is what I have, right? The Allegro II. The Allegro II, you want to under grip, lift steadily, and then lower all the way. It goes to different levels. So that will be your low Footbar. To lift it up again, under grip, and then you can feel the different levels, right? So there's a little bit higher, a lot higher. And then a really neat feature of this Footbar is it is infinity. So it does flow all the way to the end of the machine, and that just, you multiply how many moves you can do on this bad boy times like 100 or 1,000. So again, under grip, bring to perpendicular and even past. One more, give a slight push down, and then it's on that track where it slides all the way across. To lock it into place in the middle of the machine or further back, I would encourage you to actually step into the well. That's what I call that, the well. And then you can find the dot that you like. There's little dots along the side, which is helpful for you to understand where it will lock. Under grip again, bring into perpendicular and lock it in. And really double, triple check that it is locked in for your safety. Okay, and then to remove that, when you want to bring it back to the front, under grip, bring it backwards towards you, push down, and then slide it to the front. Now what's really neat about this model is it has these different dots along the side, and I don't know if you can see it very well, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little spots where you can actually position the Footbar, and that really helps for you and clients, I guess, if you're trying to decide how tall they are and then footwork that's best for them. So typically taller people, you want to put that Footbar in the front so it gives them that many more inches of space when they're pressing for footwork and it's easier on their hips. And then shorter people, they want to feel that tension and they won't feel it if it's all the way to the front. So shorter people, you want to bring it back to all the way back. And then, there's a good range in there. You can choose your favorite. Find the dot you like, under grip from the back, and settle it back down into a locking position. But above all, what makes the Reformer workout so unique are the springs. That spring tension pulls and pushes, and it gives people a very smooth experience, and that's what keeps bringing people back and back and back. They love the springs. So on your spring deck, you have red, blue. I have red, blue, yellow. You'll see different things on the reformer you're using. Red for me is a heavy spring, blue is medium, and yellow is light. But if you're unsure when you look at the colors and you don't really know what the colors mean, or you're in the middle of class and it's going so fast, you can also just quickly look at the threading of the spring. So red is thicker. That means the actual silver thread of the spring is thicker, and the thicker springs offer you more tension. They're typically for legs, right, where our bigger muscles are, and then it goes all the way to lighter would be yellow. And look at that thread, it's really thin. That would be for arm work, shoulder work. Okay, so that's sort of a rundown of the springs. You can also see some machines have different ways how they attach, but there should be an upper deck where you can lift the spring and attach it a little higher. That sort of gives you a half tension, or an upper. Your instructor might call it an upper blue or upper yellow, and that offers just a little like middle tension, what some clients may need. I'm going to just remove some of these. So I'm on just a yellow here, really light. The bed does move and glide and slide very smoothly on. It has wheels inside. It is one of the smoothest workouts you can imagine, and it offers a good balance challenge and planks. Right? You just feel it so much more, and it offers such a different experience than on the mat. I don't want to forget the black safety strap. This you can hook a foot under for different moves, side overs in particular, and that locks you in. You really want to make sure you flex the foot though, so it's really locked under there. And I can show you that later when I go through some moves, but it's got you. It's really, really sturdy. And then also, I don't want to forget the sitting box, very sturdy box, which can go, and the lingo to follow, right? This would be your long box. You want to make sure it pushes up against the shoulder blocks, and you have a couple inches of space on either side of that box. Short box, you really just flip it, push it again against those shoulder blocks, and there's your short box. You have space in the front. All right, my favorite part, time to show you a few moves on this machine. All right, first you want to make sure your machine is set up properly and safely, then get those springs ready to go, and then you're ready to do your move. So I'm going to be showing side overs. All the springs in, you want to lock the carriage in so it does not move. Take a foot, also using that same word, lock your foot under the safety strap. Bend your other knee. Have a side view, but square the hips off. So we're a side view of the reformer. Sit up tall. Hands can be at the temples or across the chest. You want to lift one hip off of the box. Lower the chest down. Exhale, lift. And continue. There's all sorts of variations here. But this is sort of, I would say, the vanilla ice cream. This is the very start of the move. Exhale up. Working those obliques, and you want to imagine yourself as a windshield wiper here. See how that foot locks in there so nicely? And you really, really are secure. You can even take a stretch, reach all the way down, or elbow on the headrest. Remove the box. I'm on one red spring or one heavy spring. Next up, lunges. I'll just show on one side as I'm just demonstrating a few things on this tutorial video today. Diagonal high foot bar, grab on, knee down, and toes under the foot against the shoulder block. Bend the opposite knee, sink backwards, and rise up. Loving this for a hip flexor stretch on the front. Draw that core up. You can even do hands free when you're ready. There's all sorts of variations of every move. That's why I love it so much. Or stretch out your hamstrings here. Kick that heel down, toe up. Really keep the legs straight. Press away, similar to splits, but really assisted. You can grab further down and find that assistance you need. Footwork. I love footwork. It's a great way to warm up the lower body and start breathing, bringing your mind to the breath work at the beginning of class. Typically about 3 reds and a yellow, so not full tension. And again, you want to make sure that foot bar is in the correct position for your height. You want to roll down all the way to your back. Head flat on the headrest, and we'll just do parallel heels here so I can show you. Squeeze the glutes. Neutral spine. Exhale to push back. Inhale to return. Squeeze and press. And return. Really controlling those muscles. Concentric and eccentric work here. Always flowing through class, working all those muscles, both directions. All right. That's a little bit of footwork. You can also get a stretch here if you go on your toes, lifting those heels up, releve, press out, and drop the heels under. Take a little walk. Does wonders for your feet. Well, that wraps it up for reacquainting yourself with the reformer. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like me on Instagram at The Joy of Pilates, and send this video to a friend who's maybe starting their Pilates journey again in this new year. Thanks, guys. Bye.